Hello and welcome to July. I hope you and your family are doing very well and that you enjoyed the 4th of July weekend. Now that we are past June, I wanted to share my Q2 2026 real estate market update for Spokane and Coeur. Where are things right now? Just no fluff. What are the numbers? How do both markets stack up against each other? Spokane and Coeur are very near to each other, but they are very different markets. So just starting out, generally speaking, Q2 of this year was another pretty slow, steady quarter. Last quarter, we saw interest rates come down to the lowest point they'd been in 3 years, but then with the Iran war that kicked off, they jumped back up into the higher 6% range. Right now, they've seemed to really level out around the 6.5 to 6.6% range. We will see how things go for the next year or two. You know, they keep bouncing around all over the place. I feel like buyers are just used to the fact that a 6.5% is not that bad of an interest rate. It is what it is. It'd be nice if they were better. Thankfully, they're not worse. So starting out with the Spokane quarter, or Spokane Q2, this year, things are looking very steady. We actually saw, as a quarter as a whole, we saw an increase in sales compared to Q2 of 2025 by about 3%. So we have a higher amount of sales happening in the market. However, we did see the median price point come down to about $430,000, which is actually almost a 2% reduction in the median price from Q2 of 2025. Now, one big factor is that we have had a lot more listings hitting the market this spring, which is normal for the spring market, but this year, the number of listings have been up about 15 to 20% compared to last year. So there's a lot more listings, there's a lot more from buyers to choose from, and just more inventory than the number of buyers in the market can soak up. When it comes to selling, pricing right is very important right now. If homes are priced around the average for what homes are going for, they are selling within about 2 to 3 weeks. However, those that are priced too high just to try and, feel out the market or try and price high for negotiation's sake, those ones are sitting a lot longer. This last quarter, we saw 1 in every 6 listings expire. And on average, those that expired were priced $70,000 above the average competition. Now, over the state line in northern Idaho, there is a very different story. The median sales price in the Coeur area is about $575,000, which is over a 30% higher price point than Spokane's median of about $430,000. Now, another big difference is how long it's taking homes to sell. Over in Coeur the average days on market is about 88 days versus Spokane is about 32 days. So it's taking a lot longer for homes in Idaho to sell. They are a very different market. It's much more of a luxury resort town, mountain town market. There's a lot more homes above the $1 million price range, which in general just take a lot longer to sell. Another big difference is that Spokane saw a median of around 2% price decrease year over year, versus Coeur actually saw an increase of around 7% in price. So even though it's a slower market at a higher price point, prices have actually continued to be pushed upward in Idaho. A big push for this is that Idaho is still a very conservative state. And a lot of people are moving there for the politics, for the nature, for the small town feel, though it is growing very quickly. So the bottom line, depending on if you are buying or selling in the Spokane or Coeur markets, is that you have to be very realistic about where the market is right now. Work with somebody who knows what they're talking about, who knows how the market trends are behaving. They are two very different markets. If you're on the selling side, pricing accordingly and being realistic about where the market is and what buyers are looking for and getting your home prepped to sell is very important right now, more than it has been in the last 8 years that I've been in the business. And if you're considering buying a home, right now is a great time. There's more inventory on the market. There's more negotiations taking place. On average, we're actually much more of a buyer's market than we were last year or the year before, which were both very similar to this year, but things have just continued to trend that direction slowly. So if there's ever anything I can do to help out, I'm happy to be a resource. Take care. God bless.